Thank you.
For the first time in U.S. history, a former president has been convicted of a crime. A New York jury found Donald Trump guilty of all charges today in his hush money trial. Michael George is outside the courthouse tonight with the very latest for us. Michael.
People gasped in the courtroom when the note came from the jury saying they'd reached a verdict, and Donald Trump looked directly at the jury as they read the word guilty 34 times. Moments after his historic conviction, former President Donald Trump denounced the verdict, finding him guilty of all 34 counts in connection with a hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man.
The only voice that matters is the voice of the jury, and the jury has spoken.
Just to see that, a president can be found guilty, a president can be held accountable, I think is an incredible show of democracy.
This is political prosecution, and there's absolutely nothing behind this case. And I hope they appeal it.
During the trial, Trump's former lawyer and fixer, Michael Cohen, helped prosecutors draw a link between Trump and charges he falsified business records to disguise reimbursements for a $130,000 payment. Prosecutors argued that was to buy Daniels silence about an alleged 2006 sexual encounter with Trump. Trump denies the encounter ever took place. In closing arguments, Trump's lead attorney called Cohen the MVP of liars.
They knew that they didn't always have perfect evidence, but every moment they tried to say, we're backing it up. You don't just have to believe Michael Cohen. Look at what everybody else is telling you as well.
The judge set Trump's sentencing for July 11th, 4 days before the Republican National Convention. And let's talk about that sentencing. The judge has a lot of leeway as to how to handle that. He could impose jail time. He could also suggest probation, a fine, or house arrest. And again, of course, there will be an appeal. Reporting in Manhattan, Michael George, back to you.
And despite the conviction and pending sentence, Trump is still expected to receive the party's nomination for president. However, a professor at the South Texas College of Law tells us tonight, even if Trump gets a prison sentence, he wouldn't have to start serving any time right away.
His sentence will be delayed until his appeals are concluded, but he's going to have to deal with the weight of that. And that's, obviously unprecedented. We've never had a major candidate for president who's had to deal with that sort of problem before.
Again, sentencing is set for July 11th.
Politicians are weighing in on the guilty verdict tonight from across the country and here in Texas. Governor Greg Abbott calls it a sham show trial and claims the verdict will never stand on appeal. He also blames President Joe Biden for the case being brought. And Senator Ted Cruz calls it a dark day for America, again calling the trial a sham and nothing more than political persecution. And tonight, prominent Democrats are weighing in as well. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee saying, quote, today America has proven that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. We are also hearing from the Biden campaign, which says, quote, there is still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office, at the ballot box. Online right now, we're verifying whether Donald Trump could pardon himself if he is elected president again. Just go to khou.com/verify.